Is it possible that the rich Jew pricks who think that they're better than everybody else put scepters or sectors which drain batteries? So, well, what happened? You guys weren't getting enough? All I see everywhere are people who have the newest of this, upgrading this. I had to get this. It's not enough for you fucking greedy motherfuckers, really? You see why people have a problem with white Jews in America? These don't have to be white, but you're Jews in America, and it's different than Jews in other places. You're greedy and you're selfish, and you are losing it. By the end of today, all of you will lose everything. I'm tired of your shit. They have things that can jam your cell service. What the fuck are we paying for? I mean, what is this? This is the reptilian shit I told you. It's never enough. You will lose everything, you cheap fucking Jew pricks. Okay, I'm not monetizing this one, so don't worry about it. It's like they set something up to just drain us, drain the batteries. If this is about energy, I don't know if any of these lizards heard, not you, they know, that I said you weren't going to be able to take energy anymore, that all energy was going to drain you and slowly kill you. A lot of these people, you haven't seen them in public because they're slowly dying and they look like it, but you're trying to still steal energy that everybody said no. We didn't consent to you draining our batteries. We don't forever. We don't I'm just going to say, I don't consent to you draining my batteries. I don't consent to you upping the Wi-Fi. I don't consent to spiritual attacks. I don't consent to radiation or thermonuclear war forever. I don't consent to you blocking my cell service. I can't go anywhere with just my cell data on, even if the bill's just paid, and get YouTube to load. Everybody who's involved, down to the people at the carriers who are intentionally going in people's accounts and figuring out ways to block shit, you will die you're dead by the end of the week. There's going to be some crazy things that happen. This isn't me saying I'm going to do it. I mean, I just sit in a room all day, But yeah, you're cutting off someone's energy, you're cutting off someone's data, you're cutting off someone's battery life. So I guess your life. This is how energy works. You wanted to drain it, you wanted to steal it, yours would be drained and stolen. And for something was just hacked into, and that's the end of something because of it. Yeah. Could have been Microsoft or Apple. And I have a feeling that some of these people are gone. How would we know if some of these people, they don't show their faces to us? We don't see them on the news. We don't see them even on certain people on social media in videos. And they can use AI and graphics now to make it seem like they're still here. So there's a possibility for members. Hi. You may have an easier route than you think. I think that there could be some people, be careful what you wish for. It's just adultery, hello, because you just might get it all. I'm inheriting the earth. It's fated. There's nobody that's going to stop me from doing this. This is mine. I created it. Get the fuck out. But there's a possibility that even some people who you could have, this is for certain people, you could have some friends that are acting like they're still in touch with certain people because they haven't seen them. Now, it could range from these people being disintegrated. It could be that they were set ablaze. They could have fallen or been at the bottom of some type of collapse. They could be in the center of the earth or close to it because of something opening up. It's just crazy things. I can't see the entire planet. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but ooh. Even before shit started happening, ooh. I don't regret this life he chose for me. What's up with the judge? What's up with this? This could just be judgment. Yeah. I see that there was a judge that was going to pick somebody up to say that they violated parole or probation, and something blocked it. There was something that got blocked. Why? Okay. This could be a redheaded broad. Yeah, they target people. Excuse me. Let me turn this down because I want to make this crystal clear to judges and POs and fake cops and everything, okay? And it's how fucking confident I am. When you have someone like me who didn't deserve to be arrested in the first place, or it was induced by something, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Please don't fucking play naive. At least take off today. And you know that this is what you do. This is reaping what you sow for fucking targeting people. Something happened to a judge, or bitch, it's about to. I fucking dare you to send somebody to my house too. I fucking double dog dare you, Rhonda. Today. See what happens. It's a fucking threat. It's a fact. They're not a judge. They're a trafficker running as Ida something Turner or some shit like that from Iran. Yeah, and I think somebody in the police department or somebody in the judicial system is going to find out that this person did some fucked up shit to many people. And it could be fucked up people too. You know, this is just... I'm going to say it again. What you do always comes back. So if you're intentionally trying to arrest somebody, you will be stopped. You will be apprehended. This doesn't have to be apprehended by cops. You see what I mean? Because now someone's watching you when you walk, darling. They've been following you. And no, they are a fan of me. But they could have found out some things that you did when it came to some of their people being arrested. They may find out that their brother is still in Bucks under Hector Oliver. Okay. Is this Ian? Hi. Right. So somebody walks and they go to some craft thing. Okay. Whether this is painting or pottery or something that's seen as a skill. Oh, this could just be, this could also be dating, depending on where you're at. I'm going back to Cali. Okay, somebody's planning on leaving too. This is for the husband who, I don't know how you wind up with this thing. But there's a cousin of somebody's that they meet up with when they go to this thing. This could also be like some weird bar thing where they play cards or some kind of game night. Jenga night. Yay! I mean, there could be a Jen. And this is so weird. It's like they look for attention. It almost feels like she wants you to find out. Why? Is she trying to get you arrested? This feels to me like she talks about. I think that she thinks that she's above the law. Not with that information I just gave out. 2257776. 2257776. This is the neighborhood, walking around the neighborhood like we're together. Now, this could definitely be where they go to a different city or a different town because you could have moved into this area for work for her or something like that. And I don't think a lot of people in the area that you're in really know them that well, but it's still iffy for them. So they could have went to another state to do this. Somebody's going to see them. I think there's somebody that saw them. They act like a family. There's kids and everything. This reminds me of going to like New Hope in one of those little town areas and shit but being careful. I feel like my hair is up. I have a hat on. I'm trying to hide my appearance, but I'm not. I want to be bold, but I'm not. Kind of like how they are in the courtroom. Yeah, being a cocky bitch and being bold. There's a big difference, hon. Yeah, my offer still stands too. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. And they drink. They get a little tipsy. I'm a little tipsy. They walk in. Hey, hi. Hey, this is my wife. Or this is my something she calls them. Is it a woman? Is it a female cousin? And what is this? I feel like people know. Oh. They went to get their, this is some type of fortune read. So wherever this area is at, they have a tarot or a palm reader or something like that. And they wouldn't fuck with them. This feels like I want to soar my royal oats because I never went to college even though I said I did. Alright, I guess that's it for you. That's specific for somebody. Don't eat the oatmeal or the homemade soup. %, so there won't be many going with me then. 90% of the female population, if their husband leaves them or says something nice about someone else, you just poison them now. That's what you do. That's all you got. This is how you can tell that they could be men. They could be men. And I'm going to tell you why. When I speak, it's from a real woman's perspective and then a real man's perspective. And right now, here's the woman. My husband says something that I don't like, or if he compliments another woman, I'm all for it. See, that's how you can tell you have an extremely confident woman, not one that says I'm confident, or they walk like it, or they act cocky, and that's confident to them. You'll know that they're confident because they may have complimented the woman before you did. That's what I would do. If I felt it, I won't give compliments unless I mean it. But let's say, hypothetically, he knows that I don't like somebody and he did it just to jab at me. I'm a woman. You hear me? A child immediately thinks with something like that to get somebody back. That's a childish thing. So now you're a childish boy. It's embarrassing to us real women that you guys do this. It just shows your lack of security, the lack of respect that you have for whatever this is that you have with this man. And it's just it's a horrible look. They never think they're going to get caught. But see, you have some of these guys can take some of this food and get it tested, and then they can arrest you. Some of these guys are in positions where they can have you, or they can just get rid of you for good. And they have cameras, so they can show you making the shit. You know what I mean? They have cameras at your sisters, too. You cocky bitch, you really, oh my God. I'll tell you what, with this kind of cockiness, sir, somebody changed. That's right. Give me another message, please, for somebody else. What you always snooping around in my business for? I don't know. I mean, make something up, right? I'm 6 feet from the air and I'm thinking... Can you... I wish that they were 6 feet back. This is somebody always over your shoulder every time I open my phone. They're like the reader for the phone. You know, when you type in it. Oh, that's what he does, or she does. She just hands the phone and goes, oh, here. Read it to me. That's annoying. Down to our last breath. You always snooping in my shit. When I go out with my friends, I'm talking to my friends. You ask my friends questions. You ask. I mean, this is about, why are you so concerned with whether my friend is pregnant? Maybe they're the one that impregnated them. Why else would a guy that you're with be so interested in your friend being pregnant? Guys aren't usually that interested when their own wives are pregnant. Okay. See? Yeah, they're trying to figure out whether they need to... Okay. So now on this side, this is what we're just doing as men. We're knocking women up, and then when we find out it's yours, this is how much you respect yourself and your seed. You want to kill her and the baby? I don't like that you don't whatever, or I'm going to kill you instead. Maybe 6 feet. I mean, there's not another option of Because it will come back to you. You could know the top cops, and when they go the fuck down, then that means you go down. And it may be going down in a different way. You just never know how this is going to come back. So what is it? We have, I didn't like that you, what? You didn't want me, we'll say. You don't want me, or you told my friend that he looked good last night. You didn't tell me? No, you didn't fucking hear me. That's the thing. I mean, your friend heard me. Maybe he'll hear me sneaking into his bedroom tonight, too, because you don't hear me coming in ours. Not you. But what happens now when someone feels this way about you? And it could be as quickly and simply as this. You come out of a 7-Eleven and you don't hold the door for someone and they are already having a day and a half, fam. And I got really much to lose. Someone's like, I would rather be in prison, or I would rather just, I need to take a life and take mine. You know what I mean? You just never know when somebody's going to be, yeah, but you don't know where you're going, sir, is my fucking point afterward. And nobody seems to care. And I'll bet you have a cross around your neck or something on your ring that says that you believe, right? Let someone take nude pictures of me. Tell me about this. I let someone take nude pictures of me. Nope. I'm not. Okay. Somebody won't do this anymore. They were doing this, right? They were taking shots of you and even said they were going to sketch you or something like that. You know that you could take these nudes of yourself, right? I mean, I'm not saying that there's a lot of shit we're being hit with that's affecting cognitive skills. I'm not saying, but, or I would say walk away and invest whatever money you have in buying whatever filter. You know, I would lighten the filters though, because people, we're just weird when we see pictures of people and they look like cartoon characters. Nope. There must be something about this man that so many people are jealous about, that you put this fucking man's face in my mind. Somebody does that. It's Shauna. I don't know. I was going to say that I was hoping that you show up, but you seem too easy. Especially when you do shit like this. And John, oh, so it's females. All right, so he doesn't want you. That makes sense. We have, that's it. 10 of Swords. Okay, they want me to say that. Do it yourself. You don't need somebody to take these pictures of you. All you gotta do is set the shit up, get one of them swing arm dips for the phone, and a filter where you just put the overlay on. That's it. Don't make your boobs bigger and your ass fucking bigger, or you shouldn't be taking these pictures and putting them out there anyway. If you don't feel comfortable taking these pictures without filtering your entire body, then this is not the job for you. It's just not. What is it like? It's being a chef, having a chef special, and then you put it up in the window, and then before it goes out, you add all this extra shit on it because you're not comfortable with how it turned out. Now it's no longer the chef special. It's on the board. It's a special version of the chef special. But somebody didn't do. We didn't order that. And for people who do this shit online, where you're prostitutes or we date, okay, same thing. They expect some kind of filters. You know, I mean, most of you go on your dates at night. Tell me, he's going to dates in the dark and shit now, but I would say light filters. There's always somebody who's interested in someone like you, right? When you put all these filters on, you're attracting a certain type of superficial kind of guy. And it's just, and then his reaction to you is going to upset you, which his reaction is warranted too, though. Recognition and reward. What are you getting recognized for? Right now you can't tell. A different side of me. No. I'm not crazy. I just kicked out our whole bay window. I know, it seems like I'm crazy. A little bit. I know it seems crazy now. You took a bat to all our front windows. We just got this house 2 months ago. Crazy would have been if you just took a bat to one. Maybe someone's not getting recognized and that's why they're like this. Water. Somebody needs to recognize what water does as far as hygiene. I'm not crazy. What happens when you don't shower enough is what I'm saying, or bathe enough. I know that they have the means. You rinse off entities and shit that attaches to you. It also clears out some radiation, electromagnetic radiation, and some negative energy. Water doesn't really do a lot for a negative energy. Tuning fork. When they hit me with 700 trillion tons of negative energy because, you know, I'm special, what happens is I put on the tuning fork, and then I put on atmosphere, I put on the brown noise so it scatters it, and I turn it up high and it goes away, and I feel like it does some other things too once it leaves. I can't believe I have to do this again. Look. Is this bathe? Somebody's gonna find their husband, father in a New Jersey landfill. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm done with that one. Oh my God. You took this man from his... Why did you take this man from his family? Because he's a family man who could take care of his kids and his fucking wife and his ex-wife with no problems. God, I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand the world that I'm living in. I can't stand it. I am always for murder. You murder the problem. What the fuck is wrong with you people? That was not your problem. That man would have helped you out in ways. You become friends with someone like that. Why is the first thought for too many people, well, let me attack them instead and take over? Some shit that I never earned. You know how bad you would feel eventually? I know it seems like you're too far gone, and you may be now, but conviction comes in different ways and to different people at different times, and you would eventually felt convicted. Somebody was going to try and use this memory erasing thing on the family and then come in as the husband somehow. No. For men, be careful of this. Be careful of men wanting to come in and remove you. And I don't know how you would do this with the, this would be the kind of thing where a lot of people would have had to be involved in this. So this seems like it could be money. You'd be real surprised who gets involved with shit like this. Even your friends that seem like they're wearing Prada and Gucci are struggling. Somebody noticed that somebody who always has the new of the new had a broken strap or worn shit, that they don't wear worn shit. So yeah, even housewives are going through shit and are desperate for things. Can we please have more people who don't, that is selling your soul? Let me explain how this works really instead of what you read in this fucking book. Because I said, selling your soul isn't just sacrificing people for the goddamn industry. Selling your soul is, I'm doing something that compromises my fucking moral compass. That if somebody did to me, no, it's not her. Nice try. You're like a key to the rat, right? And they could still be getting involved with that shit too, and this is another reason they have to do some fucked up shit. I really hope that you didn't have something to do or you didn't know something about this guy Scott. Well, because if you do, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead. And I just think your time has come with that. Recognition, how we're clear on this. You're barely waking. And I'm tangled up in you, Aleister Crowley revenge. So you're barely waking and I already want to slit your throat. That's what it feels like. Like every time I wake up, it seems like you want to get back at me for something that you saw in your dream. Oh boy, not this one. I'm afraid to wake up, bro. She's seeing shit in her head. It's like this fucking girl, Philly. It's not even her fault, you know? I mean, this is her own mind. Can I please remind everybody that what you're seeing in your imagination and what you're hearing in your head has nothing. Please leave me out of it. Just because you're seeing things doesn't mean I'm seeing it. Some of you are seeing shit in your fucking head, and you're saying I'm crazy, like I'm seeing the same shit. Sometimes I see blackness in my head now. I requested for them to do that because I didn't like imagining and seeing these things and thinking that I was bringing it in, and then now I'm bringing in this shit that's not allowed around me, and it caused combustion. There you go. So while you're seeing whatever this crazy shit is, or you're hearing certain things, you need to go get checked out for that. Alistair, you were barely waking and I'm tangled up in you. All right, this is somebody where they wake up and it's, hi, hey, baby. It almost feels like, I'm so glad you didn't leave in the middle of the night. For good. I'm scared to know I'm always on your mind. This is even your breasts fall down sometimes. They're mad that their titties are sagging. I can't go with her out anywhere where there's another woman that looks any better than her, or it's a problem. We stop talking. She doesn't look at me. She just assumes that I'm looking at that woman. I could turn my back to the woman and she still gets mad as if somehow telepathically I'm fucking connecting with this broad. And there are women who were like, did you just say something to her telepathically? How would you know if I was lying? I'm close behind. I'll bet. Oh my God, they following. Afraid to go to sleep. All right, this one goes into some kind of ooh, ah, ah. And then they dream, and it's like, I mean, they don't move. They don't move the whole time. But then when they get up, hey, when we go to bed, oh, lovey-dovey, hey, good night, good night, good night. And then the morning comes, it's like this, and he says, hey, baby, right? And we go to sleep, everything's fine. I don't know what happens in the dream state, right? We wake up, and it's like, I can't believe you opened the blinds. I don't have my things on. This is, somebody has a record player, or they were a DJ. I mean, I go out of my way to go in other rooms to get into something where I don't have to, this doesn't have to get any worse. And I feel that the more that I do this, she takes it as some type of okay to just attack me even more. She threw a plate at me. Somebody got a plate thrown at them. There's a man who said like, hey, good morning, and what is this with you? I'm a man, baby. Yes, I am, and I can't help but love you, sir. That's right. You should put Chicago on, Dante. Beginnings, and I'm a man. That's my shit. I love it. Hello, have a good day. Goodbye. And then it just ruins this guy's day. I'm done. It's like I get up, I'm in a good mood, King of Cups, you know what I mean? And then I go into the kitchen and I'm immediately ducking. I mean, granted, it was a Tupperware plate, but still. They leave whelps. And then it's like I go out to my day, and then the rest of my day is just like, shot to shit. What else is going on here? What happens when he leaves? So you leave to go to work, does she stay home, or she just stays in this fucking meditative state all day? Clowning away. Then he get my filter light, my, oh my God, bro, get away. Please, get away. Please, please, please. What is this called? "100 years to live," right? Am I, well, 100 years. Am I supposed to stay married until I'm 97? I'm not happily married. If this was just a relationship, I would have broken up with them already. What is it about this piece of paper and my family's freaking decision on it? Like they're final. What if I only have a year left? What happens if I go and then I see somewhere else that like I could have done other things and I could have lived longer? Maybe this shit is giving me heart problems. I mean, for people that have heart problems and like stress, and you have to get stress tests and shit, and you're on anxiety medication, one, you may not even be the one with anxiety. Why do I not feel like I need my anxiety medication when I leave this one? Somebody actually goes, they all go off to a war zone, and they feel more calm than they do laying in bed with their spouse. You're like a pizza, sort of cheesy, and I'm always happy when you show up at my door. Okay, this is someone else. This is the revenge. This is Alistair. Remember, this is, I mean, I guess, is Azazel in here? I don't think Azazel. This would kind of be the Azazel, right? The revenge. I don't remember if I ever saw. No. Yeah, it is. Azazel's in here. All right, let's read Alistair, though. This guy's like, I hope I don't live to 100. I hope I'm not one of those people that live to 100. Please don't do that to the universe. Alistair is a demon whose name at first a title for any being who took revenge for evil deeds. Took revenge for evil deeds. Alistair is on one hand one of the more terrifying demons in this book. His earliest incarnations all center in brutal, bloody vengeance, and unlike some other demons who evolve from more violent origins, not a murderer, but an executioner. Executioner could just mean a quick closer. I'm done. Beware of vengeful actions. Take care not to let justice bleed into cruelty for the sake of anger. So that's what this is. Huh? What is this shit? This is a high horse. Right, they could have been in an industry. Somebody could have had some kind of something or Broadway or something where I was supposed to be a star. Yeah, they did. Somebody had something. This could be a pizza place. I mean, somebody's family could own a pizza place or a restaurant. Or with the water, it could be a coffee place or something with drinks. It definitely could be a bar. So what's going on with the bar? Is this the guy that owns the bar? Or this thing? Yeah, as an owner here. Okay, la-di-da. I got the keys. Yep, definitely. He could be a Taurus or a Capricorn Earth sign, but this is a businessman. This is a neighborhood place, and it's important that this shit isn't, you know, this is just, I don't want people to know about this, you know what I mean? Yeah, people are always like, hey, how you doing? How the two of you doing? Hey, la-di-da-di-da. Everybody knows what's going on in everybody's life. And I think people are constantly asking questions about it. Why is my relationship getting so much attention? You know, that's what somebody said, or they need to say. Can you please just stop talking about it? No, it's not that. Unless I can say, how are you and Eileen? How are you since she sat on your brother's cock last Christmas? Do I get to say these things too? I'm here without you. Goddamn, I miss my ex. I can't stand this shit. Cliff, tell me where to jump. Tell me where to jump, or tell me where I can throw her off and I'm never going to get caught from it. Is there a cliff with an ocean that's that vast that is... San Domingo. You're welcome. Fly, pelican, look. It's going to be ritualistic, or it should be. Yeah. I would roll her up in the throw rug that you have in the, you know where it is. Nah, not for this one. I was going to say maybe put, I don't feel like, you know, this is some Count of Monte Cristo shit, absolutely, but this is the end, sure. Oh my God, like, oh my God. She says, oh my God, what the fuck? One more time. I go to sleep, and this guy sleeps good, actually. Sometimes, alright, so you have to take something. And I'm good, right? And then here it is. I wake up, right? Plate in the head, la di da di da. Someone's on the floor. He got knocked on the floor, and this, that, or the other. This could have happened in a sunroom or a kitchen that has a lot of light. I don't know what. Would it be weird to say that Ray J is on the floor? I don't know which Ray. I'm just saying there's a Ray J or an RJ that could have gotten hit with something. This feels like somebody came out of a room or came out of a closet or something like that. Now, this could be a situation where somebody ended some things and they could have trusted somebody to come back in the house and get some things. Headphones? Yeah, and I don't know, I don't think it was the person, they were with somebody. Oh, Henry. And it could have been that they ordered pizza and somebody could have showed up with an empty pizza box or something like that. That's what it also could have been. It could have been, hey, let me answer the door. There's my pizza, right? Boom. And then here's the pizza right here. Here's your pizza, motherfucker. I think that's it for that too. Oh, let me do something real quick with on here. Okay, I'm gonna go with the bandwagon one. You're really cute when you're threatening to murder me. Is this the new thing? 'Cause we want you dead. You're alive. Yeah. Fucking disgrace and embarrassing. It's very rare that you have that in the same. Usually it's one or the other. When you have somebody that's a disgrace and they're a humiliating mess, I'm not sure there's any lower you could go. But this is the bandwagon of killing. But let's see how they're doing it. I respect a craft. Let's see if they're crafty. This is the murder bandwagon. Lust. All right. Obsession with flatlining. I'm guessing this could be with some type of we're gonna kill them from 500 miles away because I don't have the balls to face them. Who are they? I don't know. Where do they bring? Do they bus you people and do they fly you people in from another fucking planet on a spaceship? I think that you made your ship landed on the wrong planet. We have brains here. I don't know what the hell this is that I feel. I feel I wake up every day and I know that my brain's deteriorated more today than it did yesterday, and I love it. You're wrong if you think that there aren't steps in the thought process that goes in to taking someone's life the right way. Some people, they're skilled at this. It's what they do. It's a craft. This feels, I just want to do it. Take your own, please. Test these things out on yourself. Please, the devil, hi, I'm devil, so devilish. You're psycho, that's what he just said. Okay, it looks like I'm making. I'm guessing that there are people who are either you can tell what I'm about or what I was about and what I will be about again if this shit doesn't stop. I feel that there are some females who want to be who I was in the past. And you're failing miserably at it. Who I was in the past and still am, just in a different location with less means. I'm still that person. It doesn't leave. This is every incarnation. I have either led men, led an army, a group of criminals, did it on my own, was an assassin, a sheriff in the army. Can you tell where I'm going with this? People like me, we don't incarnate one lifetime as the losing side. It's impossible. We're just winners by nature. Okay, well that's that one. I didn't think that was going to be that quick, but that was pretty easy to explain. Let's see what other bandwagons there are. Let's see what other bandwagons people. That's the new thing is now. I don't really care if I like it or not or where it takes me. I'm gonna dumb in. Okay. All right, good. So you make decisions firm. If I ever have to explain beauty to a blind person, I'll need to borrow your face. This is another bandwagon. I want to borrow your face. Do you see this person here? I want to look just like them. How do I do it? You fuck off first, because this is a feet and a half here. You want to look like this person. Let's find out this person who it is. Staring into your eyes is like being hypnotized by the moon. I want their eyes. Yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, we specialize in eyes. So what do you want us to do? You want us to somehow take their eyes? Well, no, I was kind of wondering, can I change my idea? You get fucking contacts. What else do you want? Somebody wants another person's eyes naturally, but not naturally. So you want them naturally, but you want us to remove their eyes. I don't know if they said that, but it seems like that's where this is going. Impulsive resistance. I'll bet you're meeting it. And I'll bet that the resistance is wrinkles on this other one's face. Is that what it is? They resist all spiritual attacks. You must be the kind of person where you, and then, excuse me. Eventually this comes together. I knew that the way that these chicks were killing was like real down, like real low down and fucking, I'd be embarrassed if anybody knew that I really was doing it, except for these people that I now call my friends who sold their souls so easily in front of me, but they would never do that to me. Now you fall under the law of stupidity, and for another reason, it's just that's my law now. That's stupid. It's a stupid decision. It's a stupid way of thinking. So now you got all these things, and I'm guessing that. See, you don't get to attack people and their looks or their health, and then when it doesn't work, now you want that person's face or DNA. Go fuck yourself. You are ugly because you attack somebody else's looks and health, and now you look ripe. Someone else looks nice and tight. And it could even be that. I want their vagina. Somebody actually said that. Somebody's wife, Candace, actually yelled at it. I want their vagina. Well, you're going to have to remove the 87 cocks that have been in there just over the past 5 years. Amanda. Nope. Do you understand that somebody else's vagina may be nice and tight because they only had a half a cock in it? You know, and that doesn't mean that they enjoyed it. It could be, well, it was a disappointment, and now I refuse to be disappointed anymore. But my point is this. You stretched your shit beyond repair. Somebody's close to getting a staple gun or some freaking crazy thing. Why don't you go the guerrilla route? Governor? Tell me this is the governor's wife. Or this is the governor. Alright, on letters. What about love? Because somebody's spouse is like, oh. They try to say it, but they can't. Eventually it's going to come out. I'm not attracted to you. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if it's you're just angry and it's showing in your looks. I don't know if you got work done, because sometimes I can't tell and it looks like it. And then it seems like no. So maybe the body rejects. I wonder what it's like for gender or some kind of genetic makeup when you get certain things, right? I think I said this before, but it really could be a big deal. Your gender and how your bone structure is formed, and then when you age, you know, the symmetry in your face gets altered because there's just movement. It's just like buildings, they move, right? Which is why it's better to use silicone than caulk. I don't suggest caulk on homes at all anywhere. I suggest silicone everywhere so that you have viable movement. Yeah, well, somebody has it and then another one doesn't. This is the way the world works. Duality, sure. CK. Kansas City Prime. OS. Nope. Looks like another love TKO. This person and JE and EL, they get these a lot. Co-cell. K or COSEL. Howard Co-cell. Okay, I don't know why he's being brought up. I'm really not in the mood to find out who somebody sacrificed and what they did and who sacrificed them. I feel from other areas and other realms that people want to let it out that they were sacrificed and that they sacrificed. I'm just going to assume everybody on the planet did except for me and my twin. I'm just going to assume that at some point, okay? And then you can prove me wrong. You know it's not a win when you lose, and the loss is stupidity. I'm going to pull a daisy. You can't make it up. But they'll find a way. They'll find a way to make something up that's already fact. It makes me upset to think about the lack of drive, the lack of will to change, the lack of acknowledgement that what I'm doing is wrong, the lack of pushing my brain to greater heights, the lack of caring about my fucking hygiene, the lack of caring about other people, but then I get angry when someone doesn't care about me, the lack of acceptance, the lack of accountability, the lack of fucking truth. All it is lack. It doesn't matter what you have as far as what's in your bank account. If you're lacking morals, it's a problem. If you're lacking accountability or any kind of virtue, it's a problem. These are the things that matter for where you're going afterward, in addition to things you have done to people, whether in this goddamn life or another one. So what you do is, I'm just going to assume that I have incarnated multiple times. I know what I did in this life for whatever, or even some people didn't get the whatever, but you still did something. I'm going to just assume that I may have done this in other lifetimes and I need to make something right somehow. And then you'll even have some people, when they're told this by others, well, what do I do? Never mind. These are the people who are doomed. The prefab zombies who have no plan to better anything about themselves and have put themselves in there's a new place, I said, down there that's more difficult than the bottomless pit, and I'm going to explain what it is. These cracks in the earth, they go all the way down, and you can barely breathe, and it's as if they're constantly pressing up against your body, but they're hot. It's like the lava of rocks. So you can't breathe, you can't move, your body's being crushed just so perfectly that you don't die, though. And you're being burned alive with your skin. Yeah, I didn't think that the lake of fire was enough, because, I mean, you know, some people are stronger than others, and they were doing backstrokes in it. Motherfuckers are diving off doing triple indies in hot lava. So, there's a new pot. And you don't have to believe it. Some of that will be here. Some people who laughed at that are crushed, being, I'm sorry, sir, but somebody is in a situation where they can't get out and they can barely breathe, and I feel like their legs are broken or their hip and moving the waist down or something. And I am not sure, but I'm going to go ahead and take a stab at it, that I could have said something about it and they could have laughed. Right, not thinking that hell that they were talking about could actually be here while I'm still breathing. It is crazy things, supernatural and fated events, and I wouldn't fuck with it if I were you. I wouldn't try to change what you already know is about to happen, because you will be met with resistance. You will. And I don't care if you're a governor or a mayor or a judge or an elite. I don't care if you're a superstar. Everybody will pay the fuck up. And then you'll see others that are walking around and they will be unaffected by the sun turning everyone into what would look like a griddle or a skillet at IHOP on a Sunday morning. You feel me? Everybody on this planet has some kind of karma that they have to clear out in order to get out of the worst possible place. Whether here, if you are, like I said, some people don't die like everybody else. And if you are one of those lucky ones, or unlucky, depending on what your situation is, and you do pass away, then it will be there. And this shit is real. There are people who had, I think you know who I'm speaking to, you know that they had my brain kind of mapped out where they could see what I was seeing. And there is footage of hell, multiple parts. There's one where people are screaming out in the walls for God, saying, I believe, why did you leave me here? The walls were filled. Thank you for listening. So I'm just going to keep going. Heaven was empty. It shows empty sky. And then it went right down in my mind to hell, where the walls were completely packed of people waiting on God and Jesus to help them because they believed. And then there was another part of hell that was them getting raped by demons repeatedly with knives and fire and being dipped and everything like that. And their souls being ripped apart. And then there was a part where it wasn't that bad. It was kind of like a grunge party all the time, but it was a constant waiting for something, like waiting in line and never getting in. So that could just be for people who were impatient, where, you know, you're waiting for drinks and you never get it and you don't even realize how much time went by. Yeah, very mental. And there is a purgatory, which is basically just the people that walk around in this spirit realm, kind of not knowing how they got there. Right. Don't go to the light. You don't have to trust. You don't have to believe me. Don't go to the light. The problem with the light is not that it's the light, but once you get in there, you can't find it. You can't get out. It's that bright. Imagine being in a room, and I think you could have been. Is this crazy? And you say, this feels like walking into the light. You can't get out. Maybe she's right. Right. You know, it's not a woman you lose. Well, I don't know that. And I know that you tell me, and I know that you showed me. I know that. Well, let's find out. Let's talk about this, because I do feel like somebody's losing daily and they refuse to stop something. Tell me what this is that they're just constantly losing. I don't understand why. Is it really this bad of an addiction? Are you addicted to losing? Would you even know what winning is at this point? I think when you get this deep into just attacking or being hateful or jealous, you don't even recognize that what you're doing is intentionally putting yourself in a position to lose and then getting angry that you lost. And what this does to your psyche. King of Wands. This is one of those karmic freaking those oh, I'm so tired of hearing that word. One of those. Oh, it's a couple. It's a couple. Or this is somebody that looks kind of like a woman and kind of like a man. I can't tell what the fuck you are, because I'm going to be honest with you. Look, I'm all out. Look, I have nothing else to say. I mean, they can't even look at them. This is the mirror, too. So this is why. Whoever this is, I don't think that they know that they were born another gender. And I wonder that when these other beings were messing with shit, right? Did you feel how they can just get into your insides? That's not always people in the government, but I do believe that they either paid attention to what they were doing, or they were told some things by some people who have interaction with other beings about what they do, and they mimicked some of that shit. For those of you who said, I want my reptilian DNA removed, and you felt that shit, it was fucking uncomfortable as hell. Did you feel it? It felt like the attacks that you were getting from other places. And it could have been that they tried, let's see if we can remove DNA. They could have tried adding DNA this way. And then you said, what? I do not consent to DNA tampering forever and thereafter. And they had to stop. They didn't, but a lot of people are dead because of it. Good. But some of that was DNA being removed. How important it is for where you go afterward. How important it is for I'm not even sure if it's like for what you're going to get here. It could just be this had to be removed because of how low certain species have sunk. And I didn't say it was a specific DNA. At first I said reptilian because I know that I have everything. And I don't want that shit in me anymore. Once this shit got so bad with kids, you fucking I'm disgusted. But I said any low vibrational DNA, and I can't stand using those words, but that's the words, that's what they understood. And that shit was like being killed and brought back to life repeatedly. And it could have been that some people knew that you were done with that process and they wanted to prolong it. They are dead. And for the ones who aren't, you will be by the end of today. The shit that was done on people's bodies while they're laying there vulnerable by motherfuckers who think that you're better. Imagine have somebody that's all reptilian messing with somebody who's got like hyena friggin', and that's better than you think. Hyenas, it's not species, but it's DNA. Somebody knows what I just said and why I said it, right? Is that Steven? Hello? But yeah, this is... I can't look at myself in the mirror. I don't go out to pick up the paper anymore. It must be bad for somebody. Nope, it must be bad. But this is what they did. Look, this is it. This is my electronic torture. This is coming from up above. This is somebody's looks and health. This could be you knew or you had something to do with forcing an illness, forcing cancer, tumors, lumps, brain fucking things. This could even be people who mess with programming nanotechnology to make people sick. You are sick, you are ugly, and you will die this way. Or you will continuously be tortured for the rest of your days. May I? Some of you, you're immortal and you fucked up and you have been dethroned and hung and thrown over the side of the highway by the universe, your creator, your God, whatever this is. You don't have to believe me, but I think your looks are proving me right. See, when you're a godly, for what we believe godly is, or you got people who follow God who look like fucking monsters. I don't know what God, I mean, it could be me. It would make more sense if it was me, since I am a bringer of destruction. I see that clearly. I'm not interested in rebuilding. I just want to live out my life until this shit just falls apart. With my twin, correct. And it's possible that the two of us were placed in this situation at different times. Now, this is what I'm not sure, that she could have spent more time here than I did, because we all know what I was involved in. Okay, and it wasn't this. And I believe that the one, this could be my twin, and the one with the yellow outfit on, the older version, could be me, with the blonde hair and the ponytail. I think that there's a picture on my community board. I posted both of these pictures. There's a bunch of pictures of kids that I found in pictures here, and some there are. See, it's iffy if you're identical twins, and I believe we could be identical, and our eye colors could be different to tell us apart. Hers could be more blue, and mine are more green. Yep. That is all I'm interested in now. So, there are some people saying, like, I didn't even think of that, you know, or they knew that they knew someone that was programming nanobots, and how many people lost their lives because of this technology. This is also with food, you know, causing tower moments with food, whatever this is, but whoever, oh yeah. They were supposed to free some type of ancestors from bondage, and they didn't. In fact, you put them in more bondage. I'm just going to free them for you, since you couldn't fucking do it, because it's not their fault. They've been trying to warn these people or give them, you refuse to see the message that you need to see, though. You see every other goddamn message, but you don't see the one that you need to see, and this has been an ongoing problem with you, son. This feels like somebody in the military. You're not a sergeant. You're not a captain. You don't have credentials. This woman here reading the cards has more experience in the Marine Corps than you do. And all of this shit is going to come out, darling. You got people on your side who have the right information, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Hi, woman. If you could, I'm not sure if it's Oregon, and I'm not sure if we look exactly alike or just enough alike, but that would be amazing if you could do that. That's all I'm interested in. I don't want any men in my life or anything like that. Thank you. I'm tugging on my right ear. Yeah, it's getting too close. You're making it hard for me. Did you hear that song in the car? Or somewhere. That's great. I hope so. I hope I get to meet you again, and we'll talk about that in the future. I hope so. That's a wish of mine too. Put it out there. They have, that you have a real hard time with using your intuition, is what your ancestors are saying. I'm just gonna free everybody's ancestors from bondage. It's not their fault, but yeah, it's not their fault. I love the people who talk about ancestors, who disrespect them, or the people who set up shop. That's an altar. That's what that means when they say that. We're going to go set up shop. Yeah, addiction to black magic and voodoo and stuff like that. And some of you motherfuckers, you are something to look at. It's amazing how you can do this stuff for so many years and not ever look at yourself and go, my God, I gotta stop. Instead, they get more angry, that they get more unattractive, and you don't realize it's because it's this dark shit coming back to you all the time. And you could clear your energy over and over and over again, but it's who you're sending it to. I'm throwing it there, and somebody is made of rubber when it comes to this shit. They're special. They have something to do here that requires for them to be in perfect health. And when you mess with their health, you're messing with yours, basically. There's a broke-ass couple here. Been around the world and something came back to these motherfuckers. Okay, these are people who use snake venom. There was a message, and the message was, I don't know where it was from. The message is this, look. There's going to be a tower moment. You messing with people's looks and their health, and these are earth angels or special ones or star seeds, and you're not. Yeah, binding spells, you know what I mean? Now there are some people in Octahulu that can't fucking shit for 6 weeks. Good. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, they're having a hard time planning anything, because I also feel that this is mentally bound. Some of them didn't know that these binding spells were going to come back as being mentally trapped. Yeah, man. Right, when the lackluster heroes attack true heroes. I mean, come on. You don't even need an American education. You don't need to go to college or anything. You don't need to go to university or shit to know that something seems like that wouldn't work out well. It's like the little kid or the little guy going up to the guy who's 6'8" and offering him out. Now the little guy can't fight. Sometimes the little guy can fight. You know, big tree fall hard, right? This one can't. It's bullying the warrior and then expecting to win the fight. It's not having any training or any experience in boxing or kickboxing or MMA, and then challenging the top fighter. Blindfolded. High on acid. It just won't work. Look, blocked. I feel like there was a planned ritual. Blocked. You know what they showed me in my mind? That I will give you this, and those of you, you're very selective on what you see, right? No, I see this and that, but the other stuff, how the fuck do you know? This is where the questions get weird. How do you know? Do you talk to this person? Did they say that publicly? No. Well, then how the fuck do you know? How do you decipher what was theirs and what was yours? They don't think of these things, but this is what I saw. I saw a ride somewhere, and what I got is some people just did a ritual, and then they hopped on a ride somewhere, and then I saw people flying out of it, like things came unlocked, or it's just weird shit like that is going to happen. All roller coasters are just going to fly off tracks, and this is fate. Oh, you could say it's like that. What's that movie? Final Destination. Yeah, and then except you don't have to. Well, I can feel it. You don't have to go out of your way to plan this. This is already, these are fated events. You can just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. See you.